Hi everyone, this is Mike Celestino with Laughing Place, and I've got this new Star Wars The Ultimate Pop-Up Galaxy book, and this is from Insight Editions is the publisher, and they worked with Disney and Lucasfilm to make this, and it's really cool. I was just going to write like a regular review of this when they sent it to us, but I actually just opened it up and took a quick look at the inside, and it was so cool that I don't think I would be able to get across what it's like just by writing about it. So thought I would make a little review video for you. Here's the back side. This kind of explains what's going on here. And this says there's 5 amazing spreads, 24 incredible pops. It folds out into a 37-inch by 44-inch diorama. And it's packed with amazing Star Wars moments. This 3D masterpiece from paper engineer Matthew Reinhart represents a whole new level of pop-up sophistication and interactivity. And it, I'm an adult. I'm almost 40 years old, so pop-up book wasn't something that I was going to purchase. But they did send us a copy for review, and I have to say I was very impressed with what I saw inside. On the outer cellophane plastic packaging here, they've put Journey to Star Wars The Rise of Skywalker, which this is not something that you're going to need to read to know what's going on in The Rise of Skywalker, but it is kind of a recap of all the movies leading up to The Rise of Skywalker. And look, my cat likes it too. So we're going to open this up and take a look at what's inside of here. Throw away the outer wrapping. There's also this magnetic sleeve that keeps the whole thing together when you don't want to open it up into that giant diorama. But let's zoom in a little bit more here, and then I'll kind of go through page by page really quick without giving all the details away. I just kind of want to give you an idea of what it's like. Let's get back out here because it is bigger on the inside, like a TARDIS. Look at that. That pops up. And the first spread here represents the prequels. So there's this main pop-up feature here, which is the battle on Geonosis. And there's all sorts of droids and ships and the capital ship here. And then all these like individual pop-ups here are like, this is episode 1. It says the Sith Menace on Naboo, and this is like the Gungan battle on Naboo. And if you pull a tab here, the Gungans will fight. They throw that the boomer or whatever, right? And there's one here that's Kamino, planet where Obi-Wan discovers the clone army in Episode 2, Attack of the Clones. Then you've got one representing the Clone Wars and Mustafar, actually. It says the Clone Wars Rage, but it's actually Mustafar, where Anakin and Obi-Wan have that epic battle, lightsaber duel. And then this one says Coruscant, capital of the Empire. I haven't opened this one up yet. And, oh, that's cool. That's got, it's like, let's see. Let me get you actually a little bit closer here. This one, oh. Okay, this is, the Emperor having built Darth Vader into his suit. After Anakin gets injured on Mustafar, he's put into the Darth Vader suit. So, that's cool. We'll close that up. So that's pretty much represents the entire prequel trilogy and the Clone Wars there. And then in the next page, the next spread, you got the Death Star. Let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, so this is the Death Star. What's really cool is if you pull this, the laser shoots out, the Death Star laser cannon fires. What does this one do? Oh, that's the hangar bay door. Sure. So there's these little flaps that open up and you can see inside the Death Star all the things that are happening in there. There's a battle happening here, the space battle with the X-Wings. Let's see what happens when we pull this tab. Whoa, okay, so X-Wings fly away, there's an explosion. And then you got other original trilogy stuff going on. This is actually Rogue One, the battle on Scarif. Let's see. And then you got Tatooine, Mos Eisley, the land speeder. This one says the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy, and that is the Millennium Falcon as it looks in Solo, a Star Wars story. So all the theatrical Star Wars movies are represented here. And you fold them back in the tabs like that. This one is the Massassi Temple on Yavin 4, where the rebels have their base in A New Hope. And then you got Return of the Jedi. Wow, that one's huge. Look at that huge pop up there. It doesn't even fit in the frame. That's the Imperial shield generator. Whoops. On Endor, on the forest moon of Endor. In Return of the Jedi, there's an AT-ST. There's speeder bikes. You pull that tab and the speeder bike flies around. There's an explosion of one of the scout troopers, and the doors to the base there open up, the bunker open up, and this part kind of fell down because that magnetic wrap came off the back. And then there's a bunch more fold outs here. This is Hoth with the AT-AT walkers, the AT-ATs. There's a snow speeders flying. Look at that. When you pull that tab, there's the Echo base on Hoth, the Rebel base. Am I still in frame? Yeah. Jedi Quest on Dagobah. This is Yoda's hideout on the planet Dagobah, the swamp planet. This is Betrayal at Bespin, the carbon freezing platform. Yeah. And this says Return to Tatooine, and it's Jabba's sail barge with the skiffs around it and the Sarlacc pit. And then we get into the sequel trilogy, and this is the crashed Star Destroyer on Jakku. Let's see when we have. When we pull this tab, the Millennium Falcon flies through the wreckage. That's pretty awesome, you guys. I know it's not even coming across in the video, I doubt it, but here's the Falcon. It's being chased by TIE fighters and goes through the wreckage and comes out this other side. How cool is that? Pirates of Takodana. This is Maz Kanata's castle. Let me scoot that over. Maz Kanata's castle on Takodana. This is Dakar, home of the Resistance, the rebel base on Dakar. Tragedy and Triumph at Starkiller Base. That's the final battle on Starkiller Base. The death of Han Solo and the lightsaber duel between Rey and Kylo Ren. And there's one more big spread in here that represents The Last Jedi, but I don't want to give the whole thing away, so I'm going to stop there. I'm going to skip that last spread. And then I'm going to try to open this up and see if I can make that diorama without giving away that last page. Give me one moment here. Okay, so this is just part of it. I'm not doing this right. I don't have all the flaps open. I have not tucked them in everywhere that they should be. And like I said, I left that last page closed so as not to spoil the entire book. But there is an entire spread dedicated to The Last Jedi as well. But you can see how this is kind of in the process of everything fitting together. And there are a couple flaps that are still closed and stuff, but this is, you know, a representation of basically every theatrical live-action Star Wars movie in one big fold-out pop-up book. And it's got a lot of cool little actions, little tabs that you pull and make something happen. And I don't think I can even begin to figure out, to decipher how something like this was put together. And that's a testament to this guy, Matthew Reinhart, who designed this whole thing. He's a paper engineer, it says. And then the illustrations are by Kevin M. Wilson, who did a great job too. And obviously this is all very familiar stuff to anyone who knows Star Wars. If you're a fan of the Star Wars original trilogy, the prequel trilogy, and then the new sequel trilogy happening now. And it all does lead up to The Rise of Skywalker coming out in mid-December, and that'll wrap up all this. And who knows, maybe they'll do a follow-up that includes the events of that movie, since the plot and everything's pretty much under wraps at this point, except for what we've seen in the trailers. And we'll find out more this December, but for now, definitely, if you're looking for something, a pretty cool like conversation piece for Star Wars fans, or something for the kids to enjoy, probably a little bit older kids, not younger kids. Older kids, probably ages like, well, I would say like 7 through 12 would probably get the biggest kick out of this and be able to manipulate this in the way that it's intended. But this is called Star Wars, the Ultimate Pop-Up Galaxy, and definitely highly recommended. And it's out Tuesday, October 22nd. This is Mike Celestino from Laughing Place. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.